This is your assignment fee for $20,000.
I'm going to show it to my mentor. 46 when I called you, I had my check.
Hey, that's what. This is your first deal, Dexter?
First deal.
First deal.
Just to give me the whole $17,500 check made out to me.
Just because just seeing a check that big, I just kind of sat in my car a little bit.
Hey, let me go ahead and try and see if this works. And it works.
He sent me his proof of funds. So I told my husband, I'm like, we're gonna make $70,000.
Hello guys, today we're going to talk about how to wholesale 3 to 5 houses per month. And if you want to fast forward things, the tools needed to wholesale your first house in 30 days or less. I'm gonna get right to number one is how to find great deals. That's all that matters in this business. I don't care what level of real estate that you're involved in. If you can consistently find great deals, which I'm going to show you, the rest will take care of itself. You will stumble into checks. Now, what this will do for your actual financial situation, right? Now, I don't know what type of money you're making right now, but for most people, 6 figures is like an out of world possibility. But with real estate, it's the norm. So for your financial situation, I'll just ask you, what would an additional $2,500 per month add to your financial situation? What about $5,000? What about $10,000 per month consistently? I can go on and on. But for most people, $2,500, $5,000, $10,000, even $15,000 additional per month changes their financial situation drastically. One of the great things about real estate, which I wish I would have had this opportunity when I was growing up, is someone to actually share some of the same knowledge that I obtained at 32 years old. This is going to give you an opportunity that, number one, you're going to be able to change your family's financial situation pretty much immediately if you put the work in, but also you're going to have the option, which I assume you want to take advantage of, to pass this information down to your loved one. Now, sometimes they may not take it and run with it, but they will at least know that they know this opportunity at least exists, though they may pick it back up later. So you will be able to leave an amount of knowledge that is priceless as far as their financial future. One of the great things about wholesaling, on top of everything, that is low risk, and let me define low risk, is that in most cases, you will never be out more than $100 when putting a deal together. Normally, you're going to be able to get away with a $10 earnest money deposit. And if you don't know what an earnest money deposit is, it's basically a down payment saying, hey, I'm going to buy the house. If you don't buy the house, they keep the $10. So how low risk can that be? You put up $10 and make $15,000. Name a business where this exists. So what you are going to learn today with this proven system is, number one, you're going to learn how to find great deals. That starts with motivated sellers. Number two, you have to know what a great deal is. That's probably the hardest thing for most people to understand, is what is a great deal. Number three, once you do find a great deal and place it under contract, who's going to buy it? We're going to also show you how to build a cash buyers list for your existing deals and future deals. Just to give you an example, this husband and wife team out of Washington, D.C., Aaliyah and Antoine. And her husband just basically watched the videos. She's a real estate agent, which had never heard of wholesaling. And just by taking some of my methods, they did their first deal and made $70,000 on that deal. Again, $70,000 on one deal without using their cash or credit. Now, if you think this is a get-rich-quick scheme, no, it isn't. Now, sometimes deals are easy, but I don't like to explain this business by using the word easy. It is a very simple business that you can generate an enormous amount of income in a very short time frame. Now, your definition of getting rich may be one thing, mine is another, but don't go into it with a short-term mindset that I'm going to get rich quick. This is a marathon, not a 40-yard dash, and you should always have that mentality when dealing with real estate. It takes a lot of patience, but it's so worth it when you get those paydays or those paychecks in your hand. Believe it or not, guys, I've been doing this a long time, and I'm at the point now on the housing side of the business that I'm generating so many leads, and my lack of organization as a human being, which I'm working on, I hired someone to help me with that I don't even know what to do with all of these leads. But for you, that's a good thing, because I'm going to share with you those same methods, and one method in particular where I'm generating so many leads, because it takes a lot of leads in this business to do one deal, that you're going to be the benefactor of that method on how it's generating daily leads that I don't even know what to do with at this point. But that's a good thing, or that's a good problem to have. You're going to be the benefactor of that problem that I have. Now, many of you all that's watching this right now, you're working a 9 to 5 and you're unhappy with your job situation. And that's going to come in a lot of different ways, as far as it may be the time that your job makes you put in, the pay may not be substantial enough to support your family. What real estate has done for me is that you still have problems in your life, don't get me wrong, but it has eliminated that particular problem of worrying about, can I pay this bill? Can I do this or that? What I love about generating income from the wholesale game or just real estate in general is that I don't desire a lot of things per se, but I like to have the option to do things. And if I don't do something, it's not because of the lack of money. I would encourage you to get to that same point also, that if you don't do something, it's not because you don't have the money to do it. Now, that's going to be relative to the individual on what you like to do, but I'm pretty much there as far as where I am in my life, that if I don't do something, it's not because of the lack of money, and real estate has done that for me. So you may ask yourself, why should I wholesale real estate? Why shouldn't I start out flipping real estate? Well, you can do both. You can make money with both. But let me ask you, would you rather spend $100 and make $10,000, or maybe spend $50,000 and make $30,000? Now, you make more money with the $30,000 per se, but what's the ROI? For those who don't know, return on investment. Take $100, make $10,000, do the math, or spend $50,000 and make $30,000. So wholesaling for me, if the question is asking me, where should I start in real estate? I'm going to always say, learn to wholesale real estate first, because what it will do, it will allow you to learn the business, make money at the same time, and you really don't have anything at risk, but maybe a few $100s. Again, there's not many businesses that you can start where it's so low risk, but so high reward. Now, I'm sure you went to seminars and you hear it on the radio, or you may see a Facebook ad or see it on TV or something. Hey, this guy's coming to town, blah, blah, blah. Your first red flag is if the guy that they're promoting is not there, red strike number 1. Number 2, you get to go to the free seminar and boom, they hit you with a 3-day training. It's going to cost you anywhere from $197 to $297 or $397. Once you get there, now we're going to upsell you to the $3,000 package. You may even take on the $3,000 package. Now we're going to upsell you to the $25,000 package. I think you get it. And a lot of you have experienced just that, and some of you may not have taken the bait on that. That's probably why you're watching this video right now, because you did a search on wholesaling and boom, you seen me, the Flip Man. But not saying that all of those courses are bad, but that's generally how people get in a situation where they never get the information that they really need without all the fluff, and to become successful in this business of putting deals together. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen the shows on HGTV, Fix and Flip, Flop and Flop, or whatever they're called. And they'll show this couple, they find a house for $200,000 that's worth $500,000. They're in there ripping out walls, tearing them up. They spend another $150 in repairs, and boom, wow, they sold the house in 30 days or 20 days. That's TV. Now, obviously people buy, fix, and flip houses because those are going to be a large number of your customers. But you want to ask yourself, for me, it still boils down to return on investment. Are you ready, or do you have the resources to be able to purchase a house? Now, if you have the cash or credit, boom. But even with that, with a hard money lender, they're still going to want 30% down. And now you got to deal with contractors and being able to find the right contractor. One bad decision on choosing the wrong contractor can take away all your profit in a particular deal. So you can move over to that, but why not wholesale, build some capital, understand how to find a great deal. In the process, you can network with other investors who fix and flip. They refer you to some contractors. And if you want to move forward to that, so be it. So I'm going to encourage you to avoid all of that, learn how to find a great deal, make a lot of money wholesaling. And if you want to move over to fix and flip or fixing and renting properties, then so be it. But if you didn't know who I am, I'm Ty, aka the Flip Man. Just Google me, or better yet, YouTube search for me, and I'll let my channel speak for who and what I offer. I've been doing this since January of 2003. Now, I was fortunate also, after educating myself and putting out my first set of bandit signs, I did my first deal within 30 days. You can do the same. I'm just letting you know my story. Now, if you do a search on YouTube, and you may see some of this on the future videos that may come your way, but I have success stories on YouTube. They're going to be very helpful because each story is different, and a lot of those stories you can relate to. Students that have made $18,000, $70,000. I have one student made over $400,000 in 6 months. 22,000, 28,000, 24,500, 17,899, I think, out of Chicago. I can go on and on, but the success stories are there. The system is proven. I'm no smarter than you are. The only thing I've done is taking some very old information and apply it. I am a tool. My information is a tool, but you can take these tools and achieve all of your financial goals through real estate. All right, one particular student I want to go into detail about because it didn't happen for him immediately. He actually started out trying to put deals together, put it away for a little while, just because life just got in the way, ran back into my videos, and he was able to do $18,000 on his very first deal. It's a very inspiring story that I would encourage you to check out that particular testimonial. But if James and his story, because it just didn't happen for him fast or whatever, but he stayed the course, took a lot of my methods and put them into play, and boom, $18,000 payday. What would $18,000 do for your situation today? Even though I talked about this a little bit earlier, just want to give you an idea of where I was before I got into all of this. As I said, I'm an entrepreneur first, and the last thing I think I was attempting to do before I discovered real estate was prepaid legal. I think it's called Legal Shield now. And I think I spent maybe like $199 to sign up for it. And I think I did one transaction that I think may have paid me back on what I invested. That's not what we're into. That's not what we get into business for. Enter real estate. I was fortunate by one of my friends sharing some information with me where he and his now wife were going to school to become real estate agents. And the guy that normally taught the class wasn't there, and the substitute didn't talk about becoming a real estate agent, but investing in real estate and creative ways of investing in real estate with no money down. My friend shared that information with me. I didn't act on it at that time. Just to fast forward things, I ended up finding a course and buying a course similar to what a lot of you all have done or will do. And I applied that information. The course was pretty thorough, but I went from not knowing anything about real estate to being exposed to wholesaling, lease options, for sale by owner financing, subject twos. So I was bombarded with information. But what stuck to me was three things actually: wholesaling, lease options, and bandit signs. And the wholesaler stuck to me because you can literally put deals together no matter what your credit or cash situation is. Number two, if I just put out signs, people will call me saying they have a house for sale. That fit me perfectly because I'm not a networker where you don't really like dealing with people. And so people calling me versus me having to call people was more of a fit for me. And so, boom, put the signs out on a Sunday. 30 days later, I was picking up a check for $2,500. That's how I got started. That $2,500 may have been $2.5 million because I had failed at so many other quote unquote entrepreneur opportunities before that. This showed that, hey, I could do this and I can make some real money from it. And I was right. Well, after I did that first deal, that was in March of 2003. I didn't do the next deal until June of 2003, and I made $5,000. Now, I was so excited about that first deal. The girl that I was dating at the time, she was like, well, that's great you did the first deal, but don't you think you need to start working on the second deal? So I was like, yeah, you're right. So fast forward. So basically 3 months later, I did another deal and I made $5,000. It was soon thereafter. I probably could have quit my job within the first year, but I was afraid to do so. I was generally making about, I think about just under $3,000 a month at that job. And I was easily tripling that as a wholesaler. So it was just a no-brainer. And one day I went into work, a supervisor said something to me that I didn't like. I just sat at my desk and said, hey, I don't have to do this anymore. And I called up to the clerk's desk, told her I wasn't feeling well. I reported out for the next 2 weeks. On May 31st, I went up, and that was on a Sunday. And on April 30th, I went up there to turn in my resignation notice because it was on a Sunday, no one was at the office. So officially, I dropped the mic on May 1st, 2006, and then I haven't looked back. So that's 13 years ago as the date of this video. Now, I had already achieved my goal and dream because I knew I could quit at any time. The only thing was holding me there was loyalty, which that can be one of my weaknesses as a human being because sometimes people will take advantage of that. Not saying that was the situation, but the day I walked out there, I knew I would never come back. That was so rewarding. I don't know if any of you all have felt that before, but being able to call your own shots, it is. I just can't explain how good that feels. I don't even know And this is, and I'm not beyond going back to doing whatever I have to do to survive, but I wouldn't even know how to search for a job right now. That's how far I've been removed from having to do that. And I feel very blessed and fortunate. But that's one of the great things about real estate, because it can provide so much income that thinking about getting a job again or ever having to work for someone else again is not even a thought that you will ever have, whereas your mindset used to be totally different. So I can't explain to you how fortunate you are if you're watching this right now, because you're really ahead of 99% of the people that are out there, which if they're on their job, that's fine as long as you're happy or whatever. But if you're watching this, you have an opportunity of a lifetime to achieve a lot of your own same goals that I've been able to achieve, and still have more that I'm looking for. But that was one of the biggest, of being able to walk off of that job where I can receive 100% of my efforts. Now, I want to make sure that you are clear on how simple wholesaling is. And I want to explain this process to you thoroughly in just a short example. All right. Again, we all know real estate is expensive, but did you know that understanding the power of how a piece of paper, a contract, will give you enough leverage that someone will pay you $10,000, $15,000, $30,000. I have an example of $70,000 for that piece of paper. Now, what that is, you don't own the property, but the seller has given you interest or a short time frame to buy that house. Legally, if you find a cash buyer that's willing to buy that piece of paper from you, that's where you make your money. So you spend all of your time trying to find extremely no-brainer deals, great deals, that someone will sign a piece of paper, the seller, find a cash buyer that will sign another piece of paper at a higher price than the piece of paper that you have with the seller, and you get paid. You find out where the money is, where the money is going, you stand in the middle, you get paid. And it just boils down to three things: finding deals, knowing what a great deal is, and finding cash buyers for those deals. Now, my system is going to do or help you accomplish all three of those. Get your phone ringing. Once your phone is ringing, how to determine who's motivated or not. That word or that term, motivated seller, gets thrown around a lot. Most sellers are not motivated. So I'm going to teach you how to, number one, identify who's a motivated seller. And that's really only based on the price that they give you. Now, once you do have a motivated seller, what do you do with it? Now it's time to find a cash buyer that will close on your property within 10 to 14 days. Real cash buyers. My system is going to show you how to do just that. Now, one of the testimonials that I have with this couple out of St. Louis, where they did $13,500 in 3 weeks. This guy literally spent no money. David, he literally spent no money. He just used and thought outside the box on the way he generated his leads and how he put this deal together. Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking, how can I get started? Well, lucky for you, I recently made a new book called Wholesale Secrets for anyone looking for a different and unique way to profit from real estate. This book reveals how to wholesale 3 to 5 houses per month and become financially free without using your cash or credit. And you're going to learn the 3-step system to land your first deal in 30 days or less. I guess you say, well, what is the risk? Well, of course, with anything, there is some risk, but when you're talking pennies, is there really any risk? Plus, the information that you're learning about wholesaling real estate, which is the primary focus of it, you're able to put real estate deals together without using your cash or credit. You never own the property, but you still can make 4, 5, and sometimes 6 figures on one deal. So is there any real risk? So how fast can you actually start making money with this? Now, everyone's experience is going to be different. My own personal experience, the very first 2 calls I received from putting out bandit signs were deals. I made $2,500 on my first deal within 30 days. Now, one of the fastest set of students that I've had to close deals within 2 weeks, 2 ladies, they were partners here locally in Birmingham. They signed up for my course because one of them stumbled across my videos. And so they signed up, and guess what? We closed those houses within 2 weeks. Now, I'm not saying that will be everybody's journey, but it's possible. So guess what you need to do? You need to get started today. So again, if you're ready to get going, simply select the button below. A lot of my students have had a lot of success with this business. And just to give you an idea of what we're talking about, when I say success, I've had students to actually become millionaires from wholesaling real estate. I have students a number of students make 6 figures consistently every year. One of my students in the Cleveland, Ohio area owns over 100 properties right now. So the gateway to real estate investing, in my opinion, is wholesaling real estate, because it allows you to do 2 things. It allows you to find great deals, and it allows you to put deals together regardless if you want to use your money or not. It won't matter whether you have the money or not. It won't matter. You won't ever lose that. So how can you get access to this great information? Well, all you have to do is just select the button below. You can get started today with Wholesale Secrets, my new ebook. Here's what you're going to learn in this ebook: how I closed my first deal within 30 days or less, and the mistakes I made and still made money. How to wholesale your first house in 30 days or less. You're going to learn that on page 22. The secret to getting motivated sellers calling you and getting your phone ringing off the hook with smoking hot deals. Discover that on page 24. How to find the best market for wholesaling in your location so you can spend time in the areas that will make you the most money. Find that out on page 29. How to negotiate so you can make 50% more money on each deal, explained on page 37. On page 41, I'm going to reveal my home run solution on simply what makes a great deal or not. That is everything in real estate. Can you recognize a great deal? On page 46, the exact strategy on how to build a cash buyers list starting from 0. In addition to that, how to get up to 20 new buyers on your cash buyers list with every wholesale deal. Flip to page 47 for that information. Learn the 5-step process to close your deal so you can get cash in your hand as quickly and as smoothly as possible. Read that on page 53. On page 57, I'm going to teach you the wholesale lingo through the glossary so you simply sound like you know what you're talking about. That is very, very important. How my students are able to make 10,000% return on their investment by spending $1 on a deal and making 10,000. Learn more in the Deals and Demand bonus video training. You'll get this when you download the book now. How to start direct mail campaigns so you can get more leads calling you with deals every day. That's on page 28. The little known method that I've been using for years to quietly get lead after lead of potential wholesale deals. Hardly anybody knows about it, but it's been the secret to my success, revealed on page 22. How to know to the penny which deal makes the most money and which deals are a waste of time. Find out in the Great Deal or Not bonus training. How to have more people calling you a deal than you can even handle. The best problem to have as a wholesaler. Discover this on page 31. How to turn $1 bandit signs into $10,000 plus paydays. Learn this on page 23. My secrets to using direct mail to get your phone ringing off the hook for pennies on the dollar. Learn more of this on page 28. Totally free methods of finding deals so you can get your pipeline full of smoking deals and get started today. Find this out on page 35. How to build your cash buyers list the easy way so you can close your deals fast, outlined on page 48. How to get paid on closing day and cash in big fat checks. Learn more about this on page 54. How to use the wholesale system to generate leads automatically and have motivated sellers coming to you day in and day out, explained on page 33. How to get started in real estate without making all the mistakes and losing any money, explained in the 3-step wholesale system bonus video training. How to be an expert without ever making a single cold call. Learn how in Deals on Demand bonus video training. You get this when you download the ebook now. Why you don't need financial backing to purchase houses and how to wholesale without any cash or credit and without any financial risk. Jump to page 17. How to start wholesaling even if you have just a few hours a week. Find out in the 3-step wholesale system bonus video training. How my students are making over $10,000 on average with their very first wholesale deal. Learn more in the Great Deal or Not bonus video training. So how much does this cost? Well, normally you have to pay to get this type of information, the normal price, which is $197. No lie, that's the actual real price. The actual full course, it normally costs $747. The Flip by Phone program is normally $997 by itself. I guess you're adding all of that up and saying, is that actually worth it? Well, if one deal covers it, what do you think? There are very few businesses you can start, and after the very first transaction, you've covered all of your expenses, which means you're profitable. So how much is this going to cost you today? It's only going to cost you pennies on the dollar compared to the full price of all of those courses in one package. Not only are you going to get the Wholesale Secrets ebook, but you're also going to get these 3 bonuses. Bonus number 1, deals on demand. That's what this business boils down to, guys, is how many deals can you generate on a monthly basis, starting with how many leads can you generate on a daily basis. If you want to do 3 to 5 deals per month, that means you need to be talking to 3 to 5 sellers per day. I'm going to show you how to accomplish that. The value of this particular bonus, well, it's $97 normally, but when you download the ebook today, it's free. It's already included. Bonus number 2, great deal or not. If you can't figure out what is an actual great deal, I don't care how many leads you're generating on a daily basis. You need to know this. So we're including this bonus because it is very important to the overall success that you'll have, being able to simply recognize, do you have a great deal or not? It was normally valued at $97, but guess what? If you download the ebook today, it's included as a free bonus. Bonus number 3, and here's the real nugget, the 3-step wholesale system, which basically boils down, number 1, how to get started today, how to take advantage of the breakdown and blueprint that I provide, and more importantly, to limit your mistakes so you can start making money immediately. It's normally valued at $47, but if you download the ebook today, it is included as another free bonus. So what's the catch? There's no catch. Just do your homework on me. It's really simple for me. I like to provide value, and maybe I may be able to meet some individuals that we can network together to actually do deals together. And for some people, they maybe want to take the next step and work with me directly on coaching them through actual deals. That is an option if you choose to, but you don't have to do anything additional beyond that, because this particular wholesale system will provide everything you need to get you started making money and changing your financial situation forever. So again, my thing is value. Hey, maybe we can work together in the future. So why not provide value, create friendships, create a network of like-minded individuals, and at the end of the day, there's enough money out here for all of us. Now, guess what? This won't last forever. We're just testing some things out. Depends on how it goes, but right now is the time for you. So if you're ready to get started wholesaling houses in your market today, you need to go ahead and sign up for this particular ebook. It will change your financial situation. Only if you take action after taking advantage of the information. This is how confident I am, guys, on what I have to offer. Yes, we are offering a money-back guarantee. All you have to do is just email us. It's not like we can get the book back or anything, so you're gonna be able to keep that. But I know you're gonna do the right thing. If it helps you, you're gonna be proud that you paid that small amount to get the information that I'm going to provide in this actual system. We're at the point, guys, enough of me yapping. Are you going to take action? You know why I've been able to succeed at this and many others? Not that we're smarter than you are. Guess what? We took action. That's it. It's really just that simple. Educated ourselves and then put the information into play. We took action. So are you going to be that person thinking about it, or are you going to take action? So again, if you're ready to get going, simply select the button below and I will see you on the flip side.